Welcome to Songs of Our Faith. Today we're going to look at one of the hymns that we're going to be singing this Sunday in worship. It's going to be the opening hymn. The title is Many and Great, O God, Are Thy Works. It's number 21 in the Glory to God, the purple hymnal. It's number 271 in the Blue Hymnal, if you happen to have one of those at home. This wonderful hymn has a rich history that stretches back to a middle part of the 19th century. It was written by a man named Joseph Renville, and it was written in the Dakota language. It did not start out in the English language, but it started out in the Dakota language. And then later on, it was translated. It was originally based on some verses from Jeremiah chapter 10, verses 12 through 13. These verses read, "It is he who made the earth by his power, who established the world by his wisdom, and by his understanding stretched out the heavens. When he utters his voice, there is a tumult of waters in the heavens, and he makes the mist rise from the ends of the earth. He makes lightnings for the rain. He brings out the wind from his storehouses." Now, this particular hymn was sung in Native American congregations. Like I said, it was written in 1842 and published in a hymnal in Boston that was, the title translated just means Dakota Hymns, and was used in South Dakota, North Dakota, Nebraska, and Montana for Native American churches, primarily churches that were congregational or Presbyterian. So we can say it first appeared in a Presbyterian hymnal. Now, the English translation did not come until about 1929 by a man named Philip Fraser. The nice thing that he did for this hymn was, rather than changing it around and trying to make it rhyme or something, he tried to keep the simplicity of the Dakota language, which did not have rhyme, and it was primarily monosyllables. And it had a very simple yet powerful structure to it. This hymn became very popular in around 1930, just a year after the translation was made, among the young people, especially the YWCA. At one of their meetings in 1930, they all learned it and all were singing it, and it just became very popular. And that's when it first came into our canon of literature. The English stanzas were originally 7. They were eventually narrowed down to just 2 stanzas, and the ones that are expressed of this Jeremiah text. These 2 stanzas first appeared in what we might say a mainline or a mainstream hymnal in 1966 in the United Methodist Hymnal. It first occurred in a modern PCUSA hymnal in 1990, the Blue Hymnal. The title in there is Many and Great, O God, Are Thy Things. It was changed back to what the original was, Many and Great, O God, Are Thy Works. Again, emphasizing the work of God in creation and how God works in creation is very important to the Native American community. It does have some rather sad associations also. In 1862, there was a war that took place between the Dakota tribe and the United States. It's called the Dakota Wars. Didn't get a lot of publicity back then because we were in the middle of a civil war. But this war was very bloody, and as you know, there were a lot of massacres of Native Americans, and this one too ended up with a massacre. They gathered up 1,000 of them and put them in jail, and had 300 scheduled to be executed. Abraham Lincoln intervened and kept that from happening, but they still managed to execute 34 Native American Dakotans. This particular hymn, it is said, was sung on the day of the execution. And it's interesting that one of the people that was there was the grandson of one of the Native American Dakotans that was killed. His name was the Reverend Abraham Crawford. I mean, he became, when he grew up, Reverend Abraham Crawford, and he was a Presbyterian minister in South Dakota. And he said that when you sing this hymn, anyone of the Dakota tradition is going to associate it with that day. But that it should not just be thought of as a lament or mournful, but it should also be sung with resolution and a strong affirmation of faith. I hope this Sunday when you join in singing with this, that you will see this as a gift to our community, a gift to the whole world of the power of faith and the power of resolution.